Hi, hello, and welcome to the Library TV network. I'm Princess Kitty coming to you live. We are right here at the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism, where the regular press briefing is ongoing. Keep posted. You can like, share, and comment on our Facebook and YouTube channels. I'll bring you details, information. I want to say good morning, perhaps a little bit, even if I'm away here. Watch out for.
Minister, let me thank you and your team for this opportunity again to come with our people on the state of agriculture in Liberia. I know it's been more than 3 months since we came here to talk about agriculture. Today's presence will be just to discuss, or it's about discussing the National Agriculture Fair that some of you may have already heard about. While we'll be focusing on that, I would just like to speak on 3 issues that have happened in the sector since we last left here. On the 8th and 9th of November, the rubber sector met in Bangasville County to discuss issues affecting the rubber industry. At that meeting, we had both smallholder producers, concessionaires, and those who are involved with value addition in the sector. I know some of you know very well that rubber is one of the critical commodities that generate revenue for this country. But it's also one of the politically sensitive commodities because of the interest people attach to it. Some part of last year, the government, then Honorable President Liberia, issued an executive order, Executive Order 124. But that executive order was not the first executive order in that line. It was just a continuation of executive orders that have been placed or that have been issued in Liberia to place a ban on the exportation of unprocessed rubber. That executive order was in place, and there were issues surrounding the implementation of the order. So the farmers and the processors who are reportedly affected, either negatively or positively, met in Banga to discuss the issue. Right after that, the president set up a committee, because one of the contentious issues that came out of the discussion was smallholder farmers complaining about their receiving low prices for the commodity they produce. And based on that, others were taking the raw rubber and exporting it unprocessed, which means our job that should be created by processing what we have locally were being exported. So when the farmers and processors met in Bangasville County, there was a resolution that the president acted on. That led to the establishment of a price-setting committee comprised of government agencies and actors in the rubber sector. So that committee was comprised of the Ministry of Commerce, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Agriculture, and the major players in the sector, including Firestone, the Rubber Federal Association, and the Rubber Development Fund, have begun meeting to set price monthly for the rubber industry, especially for those who are doing popular or the processed rubber. The first meeting was held last week, and the price was kind of agreed that will be announced, or that's already actually taking place for our smallholder farmers. After the meeting, we have been receiving some information that there's a group of people calling themselves the Rubber Broker Association that have been collecting fees for people who are trucking their rubber to sales points. We don't think this group has legitimacy. They are not supposed to be collecting fees from people at buying stations, so we are calling on all those who are selling rubber not to pay any dues to this group. The Rubber Broker Association is not a recognized group by us that's supposed to be collecting fees, unless it's voluntary. If it's voluntary contribution they want to make, people want to make with them, yes, we accept that. But if it is compulsory, they should resist it because they do not have that mandate to impose tax on any actor in the sector. We recognize 2 institutions that are supposed to be collecting taxes on behalf of the of the farmers. That is the Rural Development Fund, which is recognized by the government, and the Rural Planter Association of Liberia, which is the umbrella body that represents all producers. So, no smallholder farmer should pay any money or should pay any due to Rural Association unless he or she wants to do it voluntarily. We receive a complaint and we are working on resolving it. Having made these few comments, let me get to what we want to talk about today. I usually don't wear this cap to come to these functions. So today we are wearing this face cap because we came to speak specifically about the National Agriculture Fair that will be taking place the 5th to the 7th of December at the Liberia campus in Kakata, County. That fair is one of the few that have been held in this country over the past years. History tells us the first National Agriculture Fair was held in 1956 when then Johnny Cooper was Minister of Agriculture. And that fair was held on Ronda Street. Imagine at that time, we had the National Agriculture Fair on Ronda Street. In 1976-77, under Louis Ross' administration, the first or another one was held at Fender campus. And Dr. Toll, Chris Toll, under his leadership, we had 3 successions in 2006, 2007, and 2008. We had those fairs at one in Ganta in 2006, one in Trockenberg in 2007, and one in Vineland, County in 2008. And in 2018, Mr. Mogana S. Flo had the National Agricultural Fair in Buchanan City, Grand Bassa County. And the last one was held, the National Agricultural Fair was held in 2021 under the leadership of Minister Jenny M. Cooper, which was held in Cary, Swakopmund County. So what happened at these fairs is farmers have the opportunity to go and display what they have produced during the year, or those who are in the value addition to display their products. That means every Liberian across the country is allowed to go to this fair to purchase from our farmers. So this year's fair will be held, like I said, in Liberia, Kakata, County. We are urging all of you, both in the rural communities and those of us here in Monrovia, to move to Kakata come the 5th to the 7th, to be able to purchase from our people who are producing food out there. Because you all know the president has said that Liberians should feed themselves. If we have to feed ourselves, we have to encourage those who are into production. We should be able to go and buy from them. This is why we are saying the theme for this year's National Fair will be promoting agriculture for food security, nutrition, and sustainable development. Why food security? No nation that does not feed itself is a stable nation. If you depend on others to feed you, then your life depends on them. So for Liberians to be able to feed themselves, or to be a stable nation, a nation where income is generated by the indigenous, we must be able to, first of all, attain food security. That means we should produce most of what we eat, produce most of what we eat, produce more of what we eat, and produce more of what we eat. That is the reason why the government has been investing over the last 1 year into rice production and those other food commodities that will show our food security. When you go to buy from these farmers who are producing, they generate income. And because they generate income, it triggers development in their communities. So let's try to help them. Let's try to go and meet our farmers in Kakata, where they will be displaying what they have produced. We are not only going to be having farmers who are producing, we are going to be having other actors in the agriculture sector who are into value addition, because we're looking at value chain approach, There will be those who have bought from the farmers and processed them. There will also be those who will be there to sell or to display some of the input they discover for use in the agriculture sector. We've met an investor who wants to do something with organic fertilizer. He had a very good display. We've invited him to go to Kakata and display it. So all our farmers and those who are interested in getting into agriculture, go there and see. You could find something and you will find something that will be of interest to improving agricultural development in our area. So day one, we are going to be having a farmer conference day one. The day one is the 5th of December. We are going to have a session where farmers across the country, the 15 counties, will gather together at the farmers conference. At that conference, they are going to be telling us what they expect of us as government to drive our National Agriculture Development Plan that was launched in July. So we will be having 4 discussion points. One will be presenting to them the National Agriculture Development Plan, which we call the Liberia Feed Yourself Agenda. We are going to be having a presentation on what the link between the farmers' participation and the NADP 2024-2020 will be. Because if farmers' participation is not strengthened, then of course we may not realize the objective is set in there. We're going to be looking at that. We're also going to be looking at people telling us, comparing today's National Agriculture Development Plan that we call the NADP with what we used to have called the LAPSIP, the Liberia Agriculture Sector Investment Plan. We want to see what differences exist between them and how we can study them. Then we will have a session where the farmers themselves will brainstorm and tell us in real time what resolution needs to be formulated out of the farmer conference for government and nations. Then on the 6th of December will be the official opening of the NAC, or the National Agricultural Fair. At that opening, we will have dignitaries speaking, including His Excellency the President, who will do the formal launch of the fair. And that launch will be accompanied by a field visit of the President and his entourage to one of the production sites we have in Boma, in Fuama, where we are now cultivating around 900 hectares of lowland purely for rice production. And then day 2, or the final day, day 3, will be on Saturday. On Saturday, we will be giving our farmers awards in different categories. For those who will be into vegetable production, they will all receive different awards. Those awards will be based on how well you perform during the year, the quality of your product, and other criteria that have been set by the award evaluation committee that have been set by the NAC. So on Saturday, we are not going to have much indoor activities. All we're going to be doing will be moving from booth to booth to see what is on display. So that exhibition, we are calling every one of you who are in this house and out there to go to Liberia County on Fridays and Saturdays. Friday and Saturdays. We want to make sure that our farmers do not leave with any commodity that is brought for display. They will be there on sale. Purchase for them and encourage them. We want to see you there. So thank you for listening. And like I told you, I'm not here for long.
So that was the voice of the Agricultural Minister of Liberia, Princess Kitty. Hope you can like, share, comment on our Facebook and YouTube channel. Thank you for following.